Evening all, how we all doing? I hope we are well tonight. I hope everyone's had a decent day. That's making me look very green. I don't know why. There we go, better. Big light, big light. How we all doing? I hope we're all in a good mood and are doing okay. And I hope people haven't been gone too much out of the ticket for United, the United Wednesday game. Ridiculous pricing, if I say so. But hey, nothing new there in football and the club. 3.5. Hoping the community good even after the lock. Get those lights up, please. Yeah, much appreciate that, DJ. Evening once again. One and all. Yeah, but how are we all doing? How are we all doing today? How's everyone's day been? First thing first. Mine's not been too bad. I've been dealing with a sick child. And a child that figured out that if he screams at the top of his lungs, it causes me to have a seizure, which is not fun. It's a royal pain in the backside, but hey ho, we move on, we carry on, we keep things going. Evening Jez, evening Des, evening Barry, evening Yeet Boy. I'm guessing you're a big Jey Uso fan. John, evening John, evening Ben, evening Bob123. How are we all doing? Hope we're good. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because that game on Friday, let's just get into it really. Game Friday, I don't think we should have lost that. I don't think we should have lost it by that many. Because we were so much better than what the scoreline said. And we have, the biggest issue we have at the moment is we don't take chances. We can create them till the cow come home. We cannot get them in that goal to save our life. We are like that. Like, I think we're 6th in goals scored. I can't remember what we are in created chance, but we're up there. And it's annoying. I'd rather at the minute have a situation where we've won, where we win like 1-0 and scrape it out, than have this one where we're getting battered or all these chances and we don't take them. 9 goals all season through. They are very strong, yeah. I won't lie. They are very, very good. They are a very strong team, and I won't agree. Leo played absolutely amazing. I thought the little cameo that he came on for was really good. I was very, very impressed with him. It looked like the really good one to go there. And I think it was one of the ones where you look at it and you go, it's not that bad. We've got a player there. And you want to see that a little bit more. Don't you think, Jake? Because I think Armstrong should have a hat-trick again. Oh, yeah, he should have had a hatful. He should have had an absolute hatful. He had it. That was his best game. That was Armstrong's best game for us. He looked like he started coming to his own, which should bode well for further on in the rest of the season. They had the high-end championship players who don't need 10 shots to score 1 goal. True. All 4 shots on target, all 4 goals. Let's put it that way. That's how you talk about clinical order. Played well up to 2-0. Health went down after that, but 4-0 definitely flattered Burnley, but they are a good team. Yep. Do you only think Ugsley's going to get a hat-trick and kick on? I hope so. I really do hope so. Should have played Rio over Obeo and kept lower. I don't think so. I generally don't think so. I think Autobio had to play. I don't think Hatsu was ready to have that from that start yet. I prefer Low at left back. I personally do. I don't think the goals that were conceded were anything to do with Autobio. I generally don't. You saw the bit where he's talking to Barry Bannon. He's actually talking to Bannon, who's not in position. If you look at the positioning for the goals, 2 of them are a Whitway. He'll lose his man. So I don't think you can give it too much. Yeet. Yep. Definitely Yeet Boy. At least the demonstration of how much better we have got to be for top 4 compared to mid-table levels. Yeah, exactly. But again, I'm not too bothered about mid-table this season. I think mid-table's a good position to be in, considering where we were last season. It's progress. It's steady progress. And that's what you want. You want to have a little bit of steady progress. Yes, we want to all try and get to where we want to be, but at the same time, I think where we were last season, I think a lot of people are forgetting last season. I think a lot of people are also forgetting this is Danny's full year, full season, whatever you want to call it, first full time in management, like where he's done it from pre-season to end. It's his first time, so he's going to make mistakes. He's going to set teams up a bit different how he wants to. I think he starts off quite defensive at times and then gets himself into it. As Jim said, through experience of amateur or something like Burnley, maybe I better need to be thrown at deep end. It's learning. True, maybe. All about just beating last season point total for me now. Yeah, which is doable, considering how many games we've got. 35 games last season, we're on 50 points. This season, 34 games, 45. So it's consistent. It's very, very consistent. So that's the thing that we got to do. We have to do the getting those points. Thing is, the longer we don't get to 50, the more it's going to get annoying. And I think that they're rushing and trying to get to that 50-point target as soon as possible. But the thing is, when you have Burnley and Sunderland back-to-back, it's a tough act. It's a very, very, very tough act. Jay, mate, is there any... No, Danny basically said in the press conference on... Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, of course it was. On Thursday, he basically turned around and said they're not looking at really any free agents now. They'll probably only be looking at free agents for next season, really. Because by the time you get a free agent in, depending on how long and out of football they've been in, you're not really realistically going to get him back as a player till probably end of March, beginning of April. It's like, what's the point? It's like, what's the point of wasting that wage if you're just going to get them in and not be able to get them up to speed? And I get that logic. I do. I think there's no point getting a free agent in if you're not going to be able to use them from the get-go. And if you look at a lot of the free agents, bear a couple, there's a lot that have played no football all season. There's so many who have played no football. So I don't think we are. I think we're looking for next season. I think I'm taking next season or even the season after that. Yep, I can see that, mate. Got my deal ticket knife one, mate. I couldn't get mine. I was too busy looking after children. If we beat Blaze, that'll do me. As long as we beat them, then season's over for me. Okay, fair enough. In my opinion, we tell Shea to get a yellow against Sunderland, miss the game before the derby, and any other news on injury players, in your opinion, on the derby tickets and you going. I ain't going to the derby. Tried, couldn't, and I've got other things that I need to sort out first as well before anything like that. The derby's fallen at a really crap weekend for me, to be fair. I personally do think Shea should pick up a yellow on Friday, but at the same time, I am kind of like going, I like him not to. I like him to learn that discipline, to not rush in. Because I don't think the yellow card he got against Burnley was a yellow card. I generally don't. I don't think that was a yellow card. I thought it was very, very harsh. I think the ticket price is the crap. I think it's shit. I don't think it's good. I think it's a disgrace by us for the ticket prices. They're ridiculously expensive. But were we expecting anything else? The price that they charge for both sets of fans is ridiculous. I wasn't expecting it to be anything else, though. Why do we keep thinking he's going to change something just because it's a derby? He's not going to do that. That's not what DC does. Other news. Any news on injured players? Only thing I've got on injured players is we're just seeing day by day. Akin, Dom, probably won't see until after the international break. So it'll be interesting. But I think the ticket price for the derby is ridiculous. I think it's trying to make as much money out of two sets of fans as humanly possible when they know it's a big occasion by our club to do that. I don't agree with it. I think you make it a better, fairer price. You make it easier, but it's not going to happen, is it? To be fair, I wouldn't want to go up. Right, this team, nowhere near stronger. Give me mid-table and build for next season. I get that, Cloverleaf. I do get that one. I really do get that one. It makes a lot of sense. You want to try and build, but sometimes you go up and it's the only chance you go up and you make the most of it. The thing is, if we pick and say, oh, we don't want to go up now, and say we got the opportunity to go up, you're not going to turn around and say no. You're just going to bank the cash. You're just going to bank the cash and end up taking the cash and just trying to... You take that cash and you build on that in the championship. 1000% yeet boy. Everyone's out injured on both sides for the season. Yep. Pig versus Weed tonight. Could be an interesting one. I think Leeds will probably do it tonight, personally. United as a whole haven't looked brilliant recently. A lot of injuries at times. They may not have Gus Hamer tonight either. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in that, because I think Leeds, if they turn up, they could have a really good game. Like I said, the only position for Leeds that I would automatically, if I'm Sheffield United and I'm gutted we didn't do, was pop shots at the keeper, because their keeper crap. He's improving, but he's shit. I think if you have pop shots at their keeper, he'll make a mistake. And that's how you get at Leeds United. And we didn't do that, which annoyed me when we played them. But the thing is, for me, with the game like on Friday, we had so many good chances. Armstrong, Windass. Armstrong, like someone said earlier, Des, could have had a hat trick. Should have had an absolute hat trick. And he played. Got in the right position. The cross of Marvin Johnson did was good. I thought Marvin Johnson going off at half time was the right decision, because they had our number immediately. Edwards on that side had our numbers. He's already drawn them in. It was really clever. I don't obviously hate pigs on pigs, but in truth, I don't take much notice of them. To be fair, I've got a similar kind of thing. I let them just stay in the lane. At the end of the day, they're ahead of us by a long shot. They've got the takeover now as well. They're closer to Prem than we are going to be anytime soon, and just let them do what they want to do. Who's going to get playoffs? Oh, I think Coventry could sneak it. I do actually think Coventry could sneak it. I generally do think Coventry could sneak it. I worry for Sunderland a little bit. I think you're probably going to have Burnley, West Brom, Coventry, and maybe Bristol City. I think Blackburn Rovers are going to get knocked out of this. I don't see them carrying it on. I think Blackburn Rovers could get knocked out just with how it's all been done. How's it going to do? I'm not too bad, George. How are you, mate? I'm not too bad. I'm better than I have been in the last couple of days, but I've been looking after a sick child today. Third day back to school, and over the weekend she got tonsillitis, bless her. Friday, I think she got it. Friday she got tonsillitis and had it all weekend, so she's not the best bear, but she's better now. Marcus is probably Premier League closest. He is. He has got, and they've got an option if they go up. I think they have an option to buy next season. I think Burnley will win it though. My head and heart want West Brom. My head, I think Burnley will win. All depends. If Burnley got to think, if Burnley do a Burnley and draw, and it goes to pen, then it's anyone's business. I think again, you go from. I still say you're going from anyone from about Preston, maybe QPR, up, could get in the playoffs if they go on a run. But again, it's that whole thing. If they go on a run. And it's all about the team going on a run, something we can't do at the minute. The problem is we've not won I think it's 2 wins in 10, something daft that we got, which normally for any other club that's a sacking. That is normally a sacking for a manager. Luckily, we've not done that, and we're keeping calm and just keeping what we're doing. But the thing is, you look at this table, anyone from about, I'd say 10th could go on a run. Anyone from 12th could go on a run. It all depends on how we start playing. The annoying thing is, though, is our goals against is 54. Our goal for is 46. And we got a -8 goal difference. I think Swansea got -9. We are the highest with that in the league table in terms of position-wise. Like, it's not as bad as, like, Plymouth's, Derby's, Cardiff's. So it's not as bad, but it is that whole thing. We've got to be careful. Random one, but I heard you discussing the other day. Would you recommend the... Oh, yes, I would, mate. It's an excellent, excellent device. I really like it. Make sure you pick up a Gandhi Extreme Pro card and get the combo kit. If you get the combo kit, you get the mic with it as well. Highly recommend it. Got a really good app that you can send all your footage to upload on your phone as well. I would highly recommend it. And also get their 2-year cover plan. I think it's 50 quid for 2 years or 30 for one. But really do recommend it. It's a good bit of kit. Sunderland lost their last 2. Don't worry, lads. Wednesday at Hilton. Yeah. Yeah. They are better away. I won't lie. They are better away than they are at home. And their keeper had a howler, didn't he? Their keeper had an absolute howler. And it's been that whole thing. Like, you look at the last 2, though. Leeds, they lost 2-1. Hull, they lost 1-0. Let's just go more matches. Let's just see when the last... What they did do last time they were away. They got a 2-0 win at home versus Luton. And a 2-2 versus Watford. I'm looking for your away result, please. A 3-2 versus Middlesbrough, and that was like 3rd of Feb. So they got it. They have got it in the locker. They can do it, but it all depends on what team turns up. And I think that's the big one. I think you have to have a look at see what team turns up. I don't remember us having Soluska. Try again. I don't know on that one. Hey, Zach, how you doing, mate? I think we can do Sunderland. Still backing up, Bo. Ian, mate, hope you well. Sorry. I'm trying to read. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what Wednesday can do. Generally, I'll be intrigued to see what Wednesday can do in that Sunderland game, because if we can play like we did versus Burnley in terms of the attacking sense, we could and should be able to get something. But again, it goes down to what we've done. Aren't they the biggest numpty in history? Oh, why? Why now? Why are we having to go at all our players then? Go on. Zachary, tell me why. Why are you the biggest numpty in history? I'd like to hear it. And on that note, can you do better if he's the biggest numpty in history? I know it's all about opinions and stuff like that. I get it. Right. I am going to absolutely lose my fucking shit with people this season. Right. Yes, he missed 2 shots. And a lot of people have missed a lot more than him. He had the chances. You go do it. You go see if you can hit those chances when the ball coming to him. It's football. It happens, Zach. He had the chances. I'd rather him have the chances and not. I'd rather him be in the position to try and score. They were tough shots, but I think you're kind of giving him a little bit too half there. He's not an umpty for missing 2 shots. Let's roll it back a little bit, mate. Like, it's all well and good when we're having a go at players and stuff. They're still going to do a job. I think that was the best game we've seen him play, to be honest with you. I actually think that was the best game we've seen him play in a long time. 3-5-2 against Sunderland. Don't know why. I want to play 2 up top. Well, I think we might have done, you know. Yeah, we did. 2008. Stephen. DJ. 2008, he was on loan. Appearance 7, 1 goal. So yeah, we did have him. I think he's just not good. How had they only conceded 9? They're good. They got a very good defensive record. Look at every time we had a chance. If you look at Zach, if you look at every time they had a chance, they were celebrating like it was a goal. That's how much they love defending. They want that record. Scott Parker is very, very good. And I mean, extremely good at setting teams up to defend. And I think the record's something stupid like 30, and they're going to smash that. And the problem you got is we kept giving us the ball. They kept giving us the ball. There, Zach. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Yeah, they did. But the thing is, they are defensively strong. They know what they can do. The way when they play, especially when we're going forward, right? Give us the ball. What the one thing that if teams run at us can do is they can get us on the counter because we lob everyone forward. We do a very high press, go forward, but at the same time, if you're only conceding, they've only conceded 9, right? But here's the thing. They're not scoring a lot. They're only getting the odd 1-0 or 2-0. They need to score a lot more than what they're doing. And that's the thing. If you are defensively strong, you can be where they are. Their issue is they haven't got a proper good goal scorer yet. And I think that's the thing. To be fair, after the first one, I just said to me, like, game over, they don't concede. And just sat down. Yeah, the thing is, what they do very well, especially normally when they score, is they just be solid. They let teams attack, and then they just hunt in packs to get rid of it. And you saw how many chances we had. The defending they had in that first half and second half at times was fantastic. And you can't but knock them for that because it's how they play. It's all about opinions, Liz. You don't concede 9 all season without being defensively solid. Armstrong is a good player. It's a good coup. It's a very good coup for us. I think we should be able to try and build on that a little bit this season and next. The thing is, I think every time I've heard us with the word playoffs, I've always thought they're just not there. I've always thought they're just not there. And that's the thing for me. I just always thought we're not there at all. We're not really ready for it. We're not ready for the playoffs yet. It's nice to think about and seeing what we're doing, but I just don't think it's this season. Like, generally, I don't think it's this season. I believe, but I just don't see enough in us. We could sneak it, Zach. We could sneak it. But for me personally, I at the start of the season said mid-table, anything other than mid-table, higher than mid-table, it's a bonus. You take your opportunity to go up when you do. And if what says now we go on a run from Sunderland to, say, the United game, or from then and then still go on a run? What says we go on a run like we did last season? Because the run we did last season was a big part of why we stayed up, because we had that playoff form. And we need to try and find that energy again, if that makes sense. Find the energy they had when they were playing last year. And if they can find that energy to do that, that'd be fantastic. But I think it's a different squad in terms of that mentality this season. I think there's too many little niggly things. Like, one of the things for me, we've had too many injuries at the back, which caused this issue. We've not had a settled back line. Look, you talk about Burnley having a solid defensive thing. They have a defense that plays week in, week out together. Every game. And you don't have that often with us. One of the things we have got, which have been very solid the last games we've seen, is our midfield. We've got a really solid midfield. Not much up top and not too much at the back, which is interesting. I like to see what Des said and play 2 up top. I really would like to give us a try with 2 up top. Just have a go, see what happens. Because I generally do think if we played 2 up top, it might change. Like, generally, I think if we play 2 up top, it could change it. I'm hoping to see what Sissoko can do from start. I thought Leo Hatsu was fantastic. I think he was really good. If you look at his crosses alone, if we can get people in the box, that'd be fantastic. But we got to start. We can't keep having games where we have the same thing. And I'm really sick and tired of hearing it. And it's every season. We get it. And we got it a lot this season where the goal line doesn't reflect the game. There's so many people who I have spoke to are Burnley fans who have gone, that goal line did not reflect the goal line at all. And I think Scott Parker was quite shocked with how we played. To be fair, I think he was really shocked with how attacking we went with him. Ryo had good position, but did not touch. Ryo did touch the ball. He had a cross, mate. He got a cross in. What are you on about? Ryo did touch the ball. He had a cross. He got a cross. He got into some good positions. He did touch the ball, mate. I don't know what you're not missed. Hatsu did touch the ball. He touched it a couple of times. He got a really good pinpoint crossing. We should go for Gas, Sissoko, or Bell in a full game, as I think the pace could unlock defense. I agree. Hope for playoff, but don't expect playoffs is my attitude. Objectively, we're not ready for it, but after 25 years, that's tough. I think if you get it, you just got to go with it. You got to go with it. I'll say it now, Zach, the thumbnail picture you're using is from Instagram. And he's touching the ball and crossing the ball. So he did touch the ball, mate. I think it took him a while to get into it properly, but I'd seen him from the start would be good. Might be an obvious statement, but if we had Burnley squad, yeah, if we had Burnley squad, we'd probably up there. And I think you got to play to that. By the way, this Friday is a watch along. We are doing Sunderland versus Wednesday on Friday night. So join up for that. There'll be lots of videos going up this week. There'll be one tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday will more than likely be a presser and a preview, and we'll probably do a roundup then as well. But yeah, if Luton go down, hopefully we should. Not a bad shout that, but it did cost them 15 million, and I'm wondering if he got a release clause. But again, was it 10 million? No, I think it might have been 10 million, not 15. 10 million for him. He's not been good though. Luton not been good, and it shows. It shows where they are at the minute. Get somewhere around on target or better. Yep, yeah. The thing is, I think having this stupid thing where we turn around and about getting the 50-point target, I actually think that might have done a little bit of psychological damage to the players by going, hey, we want that 50 points and we're so close to it, we're struggling to get there now. My dad is a United fan, but I'm Wednesday fan becomes my uncle. So your dad wants a win tonight then, Zach, versus Leeds. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how they go, but yeah, it'll be, I don't know, it'll be strange if we don't hit that 50-point target soon. It's so close as well. That's the annoying point. That 50 points is so close. Like, it's literally, 2 wins? 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. It's 2 wins. 2 wins, you get it. And then you just push on. And I think he was trying to get to it before we got to, like, the long away trip with Plymouth and Norwich and before the derby. Would Maguire suit us now? He's a ball-playing defender who can pass quick and get out of trouble. I'd love to see Chancellor throw some money at next season if we're close to playoff. Maybe pick and fly. Yeah. I'm in that position right now where a striker and a defender in January would have possibly got us out of trouble. I put us mid-table all season. I put us anywhere from 10th to 13th, maybe 14th to push if we go on a bit of a low trajectory. But I've had us around the mid-table mark all season. I've said from day dot, mid-table, aim for that. Anything better than that, great. But I don't see us getting higher than 10th, maybe lower 14th at a push. That's where I'm putting us in the table. I think the recruitment in the summer was good. It needed other bits. We had similar issues. Me and my dad are Celtic fan, my brother and aunt and granddad were Ranger fan. Derby days were always fun. Yep. We need to sell Gassama for any profit money, not 15, 20 million. 15, 20 million would do you quite nicely to do anything, but you would have to then find your replacement for Gassama quickly. But it's also like Andy said, and talking to Andy in the chat. Evening, Andy, how you doing, mate? Musabi up there is one of our top assist people, and he hasn't played much, which says a lot. That says a lot about it. Like, the thing is that I understand why Danny went with Smith up top versus Burnley to start the game. I prefer him off the bench, personally. I do prefer him off the bench, but at the same time, we're not 100% flush with striking options. We do tend to play with a kind of false 9 at times with the top, or a targeted number 9, where I don't think that works for a Ugbo. I think he needs someone to play at the side of him to get the best out of him. We haven't done that this season. So we could do with doing that. Sissoko, I think, could be the same level. Yep. I don't think Masala played. He's not played that well, but if you go on stats, he's our highest assister. That says a lot to me. If you actually go on stats, he's up there, something in the highest assists. And at the end of the day, we have to try and use that to our best of our ability, even if that is very difficult to do so. Ian, mate, how you doing, mate? Have we tried? Yeah, we did. We did try the number 9. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. I can't remember what game it was. It was recent as well. What game was it that we tried him with a 9? May have been Sunderland. Not Sunderland. Swansea. It was one of them. One of them we tried him with a 9. It just didn't work. It just didn't. Like, Masava's on 5 assists. He's our top assister. Not 4. He's on 5 now. May I? How old are you, please? You seem pretty young. Maybe change how we speak to you. Not sure if I want to see Windaf back to goal, trying to hold it up. Maybe. Masava reportedly is having another injury setback. How you managed to get on here at 10? Okay, that does says everything then. Yeah, he has had an injury setback, Jez. Danny did say it's an injury setback. It's what is it? It's a situation to do with injections again. It's injections again in his knee and stuff like that. So you have to take it very carefully. We're probably not seeing him until probably mid-March, maybe before. Rio should have come on for Johnson. 1 for 1 instead of moving the whole back 4. Stephen, Max Lowe is a natural, went to his natural position. He went to his natural position, which is right back. That is exactly how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. I think that was right. You move him to the natural position and you bring in a natural centre-back in Obayo. Was Obayo good? Possibly not. But I think you brought on a natural centre-back, and that's what you want, because Mark Lowe isn't a natural centre-back. He's a left-back. He's a right-back. No, left-back. He's a left-back. That's his role. And when he went to left-back, he started cutting it all out again. But here's the thing, Stephen. You're going, Danny got it wrong again. Go do it yourself then. If you think you can go do a better job, go do it again. Do it yourself. At the end of the day, it's Danny's first. This is what's really doing my head in. Everyone keeps forgetting that this is Danny's first full season in charge. Full season from here to there. It's his first full season in charge, right? And I get it. Some people are not going to like that. But he's going to make mistakes in his first full season. And he's openly come out and said that he made mistakes. He's learning. He's learning as much as most managers do about teams and how to set up. The only difference is most managers have got like 4 or 5 other jobs in front of him. And I think that's the thing you've got to look at it as. It's first full season. I personally think Danny sometimes goes too defensive when we start a game. I think he sometimes really does go too defensive start a game, but we get back into it. He should, mate. I think he's ready. Young, good day. Remember, the Clifford got Brown going, ooh, look at the scoreboard. Feels like my childhood match days. Oh, wow, that's pretty grim. I tried to do it. I got sacked from Man United. I tried to get a better position than I say next season, buy Soko. Shea. You're not getting Shea. There's no way we're getting Shea, Jake. He's worth 10 to 15 million. We ain't splashing all that cash on one player, not getting our chance. And either buy Beadle or loan him in for 2 seasons and get 2 new defenders, at least 2 strikers. Give Windass, Smith, Amir, Paul, Don Masaba. And give Windass, Paul. You mean new contracts? On that one, Jake, I'm guessing, give them it. Beadle, you're not buying Beadle either. 5 million. He's 5 million. I'd probably say Charles is number 1 next season. I generally do think Charles is number 1 next season. Same. Hi, mate. I'm good, mate. How are you? Same as I thought you can give in contracts to Cook, but shouldn't tear him into a 19-year-old, 10 senior appearances, having the filth injury. True. Shea worth more than the bloody club. 40 million spent in the summer then. He does not usually play quite that well. When he plays, he does play all right, but not the league level. He plays well. He did do a league game. He did a league game. He did really well. I think it was Derby. He came on in the Derby game and he was amazing. He looked really, really good. I don't want to buy Beadle. I don't want to buy Beadle. I'd rather play Charles. Personally, I'd rather play Charles and get him up to scrap. But the problem is that's difficult. Heyman's not played all season though. Heyman's not played all season, mate. You're gonna throw a keeper in who not played all season. That's the issue. I think Charles is your keeper next season. He's not your keeper this season. That's your problem. A lot of people keep calling for Beadle to be dropped, and Danny's very clearly said Beadle the number 1 for now. And I think Beadle will get loaned out again. Anyone else old enough to hear Beadle and think? I think Charles is your number 1 next season. Harmer too old. He's 33, isn't he? Isn't Harmer like 33? Or have I got that wrong? Harmer would always... Ben Harmer was only ever to come in as your backup, but they got that injury. Isn't he 33? No, he's 37. Never mind, I got that completely wrong. 37, yeah. Probably wrong part of 30, but keepers tend to go a bit longer. Third choice picked the job perfectly. Yeah, that's his job. He didn't know. He wasn't coming in to be first team. I think he knew he was always going to be backup to backup, then actually being first team. Autobio goes like him. Charles out on loan and Beadle 1 more season. Beadle awesome but young. I'd rather keep Charles in and do that ourselves than put Beadle out. I think if you give Charles a good pre-season, you got a good chance then. I'm old enough to remember when Beadle was some guy who worked for the church. But yeah, it's look, next season when we do whatever rebuild, it can be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see. That is usually that keeper go longer because they have a harder job. Harmer to Wrexham next season, maybe. Both one for like 40 and still good one. I know his face, not his name. I think Charles is our number one next season. I've said it a lot. I think Charles is number one next season. And then we go from there. The only thing is, if Charles is our number one next season, expect a load of people to come and look at him. The thing is, you've also got as well with Charles. There's a lot of people keeping eyes on him already in terms of monitoring him. And we got another good team keeping Jack Hall. Jack Hall is another one who's meant to be really good because they don't eat too much money. The body works a bit longer without pushing them out. The only way keepers manage to get injured a lot is if they start having really bad shoulder injuries. And if they have to keep having shoulder injuries and after shoulder injury and they don't strengthen it well, that's what knackers goalkeepers up. That's where if a shoulder isn't been repaired or done right over the year, that's where some keepers have to go till like the 31, maybe sometimes 33. And the thing it's normally that gets them. I'm not sure where Danny would go, but what are the chances he could go at the end of the season? I haven't got a clue where. It all depends. It all depends on who comes in for him. For Real Gamer. I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to go into the whole if Danny goes and stuff. He's here right now. I think we've got to prepare for it if it does. But you got to remember, end of the season, a lot of clubs start looking at changing things. A lot of clubs start changing managers and changing it and going, well, it didn't work out this time, so we'll go get this. And it only takes someone, say a German club who's gone, right, we're having a complete refresh, top to bottom, we want a new manager, he's coming in. And he gets to then go home and see kids, kind of thing. It's easier. And again, a lot of clubs will have that thing where they'll be able to pay the release clause, even if it is taking a little bit out of their transfer budgets for some of them. Let's have a look. The line. Yeah, I don't want Charles to be another Wildsmith, leave and probably end up Prem before we do. Yeah, we don't want that at all. Buffon went until he was 45. He did. Westy still playing? I thought he was coaching down at Crewe. Is he coaching at Crewe? I thought he was coaching staff at Crewe. If Charles is number one, I expect a few mistakes. Yep, I agree. I agree with that. You've got to do that. I think you have to do that. Do you know hi-ho? Yep, but I'm not singing it on stream. He's on the books at Crewe, but he hasn't played this season. So he's like the emergency, just in case something happens, they can get on the thing for it. So it makes sense. It makes sense. I think he got registered when they had a keeper issue, and I know he was on their books. I know he got his own keeping academy kind of thing. His lads in one of the academies as well. I think his lad doing well in one of the academies. But yeah, it's. I'll be honest with you. At the moment, I'm quite happy just to see what happens next season. Personally, I'm at the thing of like just see what happens and then go from there. Kind of thing. Charles makes lessons. You can't say that he hasn't played enough games. Zach. You can't say that. I know your age, mate, but you can't say that. He hasn't played the same amount of games of Beadle. And Charles has made mistakes. Charles is a bit ropey at times. You have to look at it on how many games they played over a season. He's not played week in, week out. Kind of thing. If he only makes one mistake and say he make two mistakes, but Beadle made one, does that make him the better keeper over the season? Charles have made mistakes. Charles have made some mistakes in the cup games when he'd come out for balls and tried to punch it. Ian, mate, how you doing? I'm trying to get the pots done before watching Leeds. Yeah, I'm going to be going in a minute because I will be going and watching. Not that, though. I'll go about something else. And I have been going for 54 minutes. I've heard decent. Killian Valley is very good. There's a lot of League One clubs looking at him, actually, to be fair. I would be nice to sneak playoff, but stopping up, being steady, improving the squad by another series, all good stuff. I agree. That's like saying I've done better than Beadle as I've not let many goals in the season. Can we sign Selling next season? We'll see. Sell chances. Charlton need to go through the early stage of development. Right. I get what you... Zach, you have to think about this realistically. He's not going to drop him because he dropped the ball. It doesn't work like that. That is not how it works in football. You don't drop them because they've made 1 or 2 mistakes. If they've made a hatful, Leeds should have dropped their keeper. They're still playing him. Leeds keeper should have been dropped a load of times. He's going to make mistakes. He's young. At like 20, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes, and he's going to have to realise that these mistakes are going to be there or thereabouts. You have to make those mistakes. That's the point of coming out on loan. You go out on loan to a club to make mistakes. They want them to have good spell, but they want them to make mistakes as well. It's how they learn from it. It's character building. And in training, the first thing they'll do in the trainings. The thing is, if Charles had made those mistakes, it'll be a different story with our fan base. It'll be, oh, he's a young keeper, he's doing well. But because it's Beadle and he's somebody else a keeper, it was the opposite. But guys, I'm going to leave it at there, and I will speak to you in the next one. I might do another one of these midweek. I don't know yet. We got one on Thursday, but I might do another one. It all depends on how I feel. Anyway, guys, I'm going to speak to you later. Speak to you soon. Bye.